I'm curious, you ended up from these initial calls, you
Mhm.
asked a bunch of questions, you set the context questions, you asked a bunch of kind of the pain questions.
Yep.
What were the kind of pain questions that helped you calibrate, hey, we're going to go after the cold call metric side of things?
Yeah. So I think the biggest part was, you know, one, first, what is driving your pipeline? So I think that was, first calibrating. For most orgs at the time, what we had started seeing was they had noticed that cold calls or calling in general was actually starting to become a majority of where their pipeline was being sourced. This is probably circa like late 22. And the reason for that was, emails, as everyone knows, like AI emails have basically just like taken a total wash of the system.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know about your inbox, but my inbox is basically spam to the ends of the earth at this point. And I maybe see one or two, and it's like, I notice your name. I know your brand, basically. It's
Yeah.
nothing to do with the email. And so they noticed that their pipeline was starting to be secured from there. Um, and there was just like existential worry that they hadn't focused enough attention on what was going on. And so like things we would ask, right, are, okay, do you know in the next 6 months where you're going to bring in the pipeline to reach your quota? Answer that you would usually get is, I think it's going to be around calling or like something to do with calling in general, because that's like where our trends are going. Like we don't think email is going to work for us. Cool. Question number two, like, how confident do you feel that, what your current program and what you're doing, you're actually going to like be able to hit that quota? They're like, I have no idea. We're just kind of trying things out. Like I haven't been trained on cold calling as much. We're just like doing this thing. We're just going to see what sticks. We don't really have a process in place. And I think for teams that were maybe like 3 reps, that wasn't a big deal. But as soon as you reach scale of like 10 plus reps, those managers started to worry a lot that they didn't have any like real process in place around making sure their call program worked or tracked properly. And so those kind of, of course we had like specific questions around like specific pains, like what do you not know about your cold calls? What do you wish that your reps did better, specifically around behaviors? What is like the outcome that you're hoping for? And like, those entangled would then drive a bunch of features that we would go and build.